Hey, what's up, guys? How are you? How you doing? Hello, Patrick. How are you today? Hey, Patrick. Hello, down. Hey, Luke. What's up? Hey, Luke. Can you actually see my screen and listen to me well? Audio and video good? Hey, Tocayo. How you doing? Nice. Lululemon. My kids, my daughters, they are like hard fanatics of these Lululemon leggings and all that stuff. And it was one day, and they spent a ridiculous amount of money on these black leggings. I mean, no, nothing spectacular, just black. And they were trying to say, "I'm sorry," with a hat, a Lululemon hat. All right. So, hello, Mr. Hans. Welcome back. Hey, Randall, Jatin, Mike. Hello, Mike. The Casting Kings. How are you? Um, Diane. Hi, Diane. Hello, Max. Sven, Alex. Okay, Anne. How are you, Anne? Salman. Yeah, look. I mean, it's that era when you bring flowers to women, it's over, my friend. It's over. Now you need to give away some Lululemon. Yeah, it's super expensive. It's super expensive. And in my opinion, the ones at like Target or even Walmart, they are kind of the same thing for a fraction of the price. But well, all right. I think women are the only ones allowed to have an opinion on that. Unless Luke, you use leggings, but I don't think so, right? You don't look like a leggings guy. Right. All right. Okay, guys. So today I would like to talk a little bit about how the market performed today. All right. Definitely not. Ah, no, yeah, yeah, you don't look like a Lululemon guy. Don't worry. uh, Pictures, please. I know. All right. So, guys, today, the rock stars of the play, the main characters on the movie, they were the semiconductors, right? So this morning, everything was just chilling sideways, but AMD, Nvidia, AVGO, and a few other names on semiconductors, they were going absolutely nuts. They were going against everything on the board, against everything on the market, against everything on in any other chart. So the actual play, I mean, if you guys are the ones playing relative strength and relative weakness, semiconductors were your only names to watch, right? Because everything else was just, you know, chilling. They were just you know, most of the names or most of the investors are waiting for the FOMC, right? I actually wasn't waiting for too much action today. So because this is exactly what happens every FOMC, right? One day before and one day before it's always an adjustment like we did today, and the day of the FOMC nothing happens. Actually, some of the FOMC days, if there's no something super catchy, super sexy to your eyes, I don't even take a trade because FOMC, everyone is just waiting. Everyone is just waiting. Everyone is just, like chilling, waiting for the FOMC decision. So Usually FOMC days, I don't even take a trade. So tomorrow, I'm not even opening my broker. I may watch charts in my bed because for real, I mean, tomorrow is not gonna be a day for me looking to catch something. So I was waiting anything. I was waiting nothing from markets today, but I mean we had a gap up, and because of my thesis or my trading idea of filling the gap that actually happened today, I'm gonna show you a few plays on the indices for this. There's this gaps. The when we gap up or when we gap down, I always I'm looking for two kind of plays, right? The gap and go or the gap fill. And today we actually had let's start talking about the SPY, right? So we gap up. You can see this gray box. It's the difference between yesterday's close, previous day close, and today's open. So when we gap up, and this is one of my plays, I'm gonna share completely transparent with you. So when we gap up and we fail to break pre-market high, or we fail, for continuation right at the market open, I'm always waiting for this gap fill. Same thing on a gap down. If we close right here 638 and we open today right here 637 and we fail to have continuation to the downside, I always wait for the gap fill and then I start watching for the intraday price action. But that's something very usual. I mean that's the two kind of plays that you should be waiting when a gap up or a gap down. The gap and go or the gap fill, right? So it these kind of plays are super easy. Sometimes it takes time. But I mean it usually happens. So today I had three trades. This is kind of unusual, but I had three trades. Two losses on Nvidia. Yeah, don't judge me. I know. Two losses on Nvidia. Not a single trade on AMD. I know. Don't judge me again, please. I'm gonna explain. And I had one win on QQQ. So I actually ended green on the day. And that's something else that I want to talk to you, the risk reward. So today I had two losses, one win, and I ended the day small green just because risk reward and risk management. All right. So I'm gonna talk about that today. So today, as I was telling you guys, so my expectation for the markets were just going sideways or even a small pullback. Just I mean, actually, I was waiting just for this gap fill. So we went kind of weak since the very beginning of the market open. So we failed to have this continuation I was telling to you. Yeah, look, finally, my friend, finally. So it's not about huge wins; it's about small losses. That's guys, that's the secret sauce for trading. That's the secret sauce for successful trading. Consistency, staying in the game. You don't need huge wins. You just need small losses. All right. We're gonna talk about that. Okay, so today, as I was telling you, I was expecting for these. I mean, we gap up, so I was expecting for two things. Or first, the gap and go, so kind of holding this opening price and then going higher, or failing for this continuation and the gap fill. So today I was watching very closely this, and when we failed to create a new high, when we failed to have continuation, I was just waiting for the right entry here. I didn't actually take SPY. I took QQQ. I'm gonna show you in a minute, but this is exactly what I was that I wanted to explain, right? So right here, this is the 5-minute opening range low. This is your pre-market low. This is your previous day high. So relevant key level. So if in this pullback, if in this key level, buyers didn't step in, as you can see right here, well, this is just one of the strongest signs of weakness here. So I was just expecting for a sell-off, right? And a sell-off, not this aggressive, for being honest. I mean, I wasn't expecting this drop all the way to 635 something, but I was expecting the gap fill. So if you were watching this break, displacement, and retest of the 5-minute opening range low, pre-market low, previous day high, you open your position right here. Your risk was at the top of these candles that retested these key levels, and you were just waiting for low of the day. Look at this. I'm gonna show you. So this low of the day, look at this. It was a 3.8 risk reward ratio trade. But this is just low of the day. Your actual target should be at least this one, previous day close. This was a 5.4 risk reward ratio trade. And once you broke this level here, look at this. This was the actual second chance here. Break, retest of low of the day. So you have another chance to enter here. And then break, displacement, retest of previous day close. And all the way to previous day low, or this 634.84. This is a key level on the daily chart. So you have a few opportunities here to take SPY puts. So anyone took SPY puts today? Let me go to the chat. Look, when NQ got under the pre-market high, I knew it was going to fill the daily gap. Yeah, that was kind of easy today, right? Felipe, I was looking to enter on the retest 15-minute low on QQQ. I'll go take a look to QQQ in a minute. DC, you took losses on Nvidia too. I know. I took two because I was greedy. I'm gonna show you. QQQ and SPY are so bearish today, so I only look for puts. Didn't enter AMD. That's nice, Yang. You know what? That's exactly what I wanted to tell you. So if you were looking for the relative strength, relative weakness, you were just watching semiconductors, right? But if you were actually doing our regular playbook, looking for the names moving on the same direction than the indices, you have plenty of opportunities today. I'm gonna show you guys. Don, the Big Mac sauce. Yeah. Hey Sina, hello from the road. Drive safely. Well, I mean, I'm not sure if you're driving but safe travels. Safe travels, my friend. DC, I got Qs also, but was getting premium burn for a bit. But I re-entered on the gap fill, dropped to break even for today. Nice. Yang, you took SPY put when break today's low, the second one, this one here, right? Yeah, it was super clean and nice. This break retest of this low of the day for a move lower. That was very nice. And this was QQQ. It's a bit different. It's a bit different because for some reason, I mean, not for some reason, because the semiconductors were strong today. So QQQ was showing a bit stronger than SPY. So we had this curve to the upside, but again, once we retested the opening price and we failed miserably, like with the here, it was all down. It was all down, right? So the first opportunity here was this break, displacement, and retest of opening price, 5-minute opening range low. All right. So this was a very nice opportunity here, and just just to low of the day, it was a nice trade. It was a 1 to 3 reward ratio trade, but you should be looking to the next external liquidity key level. What was that? Previous day high. Look at this, previous day high. So we did have a reaction right here, but look how it went for the gap fill and beyond. All right. So this was the very first opportunity here. I think the second opportunity here will be maybe a break and retest of this pre-market low. As we can see here, it was failing. It tried here. Maybe this was a bull trap right here, because a lot of people were like, "Oh, well, this is coming up, this following the semiconductors right here." Well, it failed again. So after this failed, I think this was the easiest entry, right? This was the easiest entry after too many rejection of this pre-market low. So this trade, just from here to this previous day high, it was like a 1 to 2.5 or 3 risk reward ratio trade. And then you had this break, this placement retest of this low of the day, and then keep dropping. Where I was expecting just this gap fill, but look at this. This actually went lower and lower and lower, almost to previous day low. Almost to previous day low. I told you guys, I told you it's FOMC week. Smart money is on the sidelines. They are just waiting for decisions. So this week is not supposed for big moves, unless something crazy is something going nuts, just like AMD or Nvidia did today, right? So too many opportunities on the indices today. Clean price action, expected price action. I mean, again, FOMC week, you were not expecting big moves. You were expecting sideways. Look at this. I mean, this actually just closed the gap, fill the gap. Right now, it's just chilling in the gap again. So, all right. So let's go to AMD, the rockstar of the day. Look at this. I mean, this thing went extremely vertical for the day, right? It was going extremely vertical for the day. This is just crazy. I didn't think AMD. Well, just give me a second. I'm going back to the chat because I was skipping this. All right. Luis, my first day here. Is this something you do every day? And if so, what time? Luis, welcome to this community. Welcome to this family. Yes, we do this Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Our main focus is trying to find potential entries and how to manage your trades under the break and retest strategy. We do it for options, but we are watching the actual stocks. We go through the tech names and also a few other names like AMD, ABGO, Broadcom, Palantir. Like the hot names and the indices SPY and QQQ. So welcome back. Well, welcome to the family, and remember to subscribe to the channel. Or Luke, yeah, Luke, come on, guys. I mean, Luke has been taking amazing trades, so it was obviously his kind of trade. All right, congratulations, Luke. That was a 1 to 5 risk reward ratio trade. What you did there, Luke? Tell me. UK, you took QQQ puts entry 949, 949, 950. 949, 950. Yep. Let me tell you something, UK. I mean, I know this is kind of aggressive entry, but this is similar to what we do, right? I mean, we do the break and retest. So we actually had this retest here and it had continuation. So what you did is what we call the breakout trading, right? So you are not waiting for this retest, But if you catch this move, I mean this aggressive move, it's yeah, you can have nice trades. Let me tell you, that's where I come from. I used to be a breakout trader, but one day I had a 100% trade, but the next one had a negative 40%. So my heart, my soul, my mind couldn't resist that. So I, I just migrated to the break and retest strategy. So now I can manage my risk way better, and my confirmations are easier. So my trading just became easier, right? So, but I completely understand what you did here. So that was a very nice trade. Actually, that was a very nice trade, because this was kind of obvious, right? I mean, what you did wrong, or well, you didn't do wrong, right? But you could do better. It's once you break this low of the day and enter into this gap, you will be expecting the actual gap fill, right? Or at least going back to this previous day high, because that's the external liquidity level. So you could be waiting here. You could be waited here, and you will. I mean, your trade will be way better. But that was a very nice trade. Congratulations on that. Mr. Han, so you will start trading normally on Wednesday when FOMC is over. Well, I I want on Wednesday, because the FOMC, it's at I think it's at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. So I will be waiting for Thursday. I will be waiting for Thursday. Thursday will have nice opportunities. I don't know if they are doing something with rates, but volatility is coming back. So I will wait for plays on Thursday, because I'm not good taking trades on the afternoon. And also I mean it's gonna be like a casino, right? I mean, people will be trying to guess what's gonna happen on the FOMC. So I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for Thursday. Probably, just as I said, tomorrow I'm gonna take it easy. Probably I'm gonna watch charts from Beth. Not even going to my desk. Just just for looking for these opportunities. But I'm not actively looking for a trade tomorrow. Coach Obis, are those the traders lab levels? Yes, I mean, this is the kind of the first generation of the tool. So I don't have I don't have on my screen. I do have on my tool, but I don't have on my screen like all of the features of the Traders Lab tool. So if you don't want to use all of them, I mean, you just deactivated them. Or if you are not on the Scarface community and you want to use my tools, this tool draws the 5 minute and the 1 minute opening range high and low, the pre-market high and low, the previous day high and low, the previous week high and low, and also draws automatically every day the daily gap, the difference between previous day close and today's opening. So if you want to use it, in the description of the channel, and I think in the description of every video, there's a link, so you can actually buy these tools, and it's super cheap. So it's it's kind this is kind of an experiment of Mina, the developer. So this was the first try for like a professional tool, and it's actually working really well. And this version of the tool is the one that I'm providing feedback. We are trying stuff, and then if it works really well, it goes to the Traders Lab tool. So this is like the the testing tool. But yeah, I mean, if you are interested on getting this tool, you can go to the video description or the channel description, and you will find a link, and you can buy them from you can buy this from it, that link. Um, Again, welcome, Luis. Felipe. Enter to AMD wasn't risky because QQQ did. Yes, I mean that's what we were about to talk today, Felipe. So there are two different ways to use the break and read test, right? So basically, how Jack and Tony do this every day is they are looking for the names with the relative strength, right, and the relative weakness, right? So they I mean they are comparing QQQ with our trade just because it adds an extra layer of confirmation, or like if QQQ is moving on the same direction of our trade, it's kind of pushing our trade on the right direction, right? But the other way to do this is aligning our trades to the actual market direction, right? So what you are saying is it's kind of what I do. It's risky under my playbook because I usually try to identify the market direction, SPY, QQQ direction, and then I will try to understand what names are moving on the same direction. Why? Because in my experience, or on my, I mean, I like it more. I feel more comfortable if I'm taking a trade with the market instead of just, like today, AMD and Nvidia, they were going against the market, and they were going completely nuts. I mean, I'm not saying like it's not a good trade or something. It's just different. This is when you are trading the relative strength and the relative weakness. And what I do is I trade with the indices direction. So it's two different things, same strategy, just a different approach for the entries. So under my playbook, yes, this was a riskier entry because AMD was going against the markets. So in that's why I mean I didn't like that first, and second, I really thought that I was chasing here. I really thought that I was chasing here. But by this 178, I mean it was like, dude, I mean it opened at 175. So 3 points on AMD on the first five candles. It was like, this is crazy. I mean, this is super overextended. But look at this. I mean, it went all the way to 170, 182 and something. 182 and something. So is this a riskier trade? I mean, it depends on your playbook, right? But I understand what you are asking. Um, Look, you targeted previous day high on the QQQ. Yeah. Randall, hey Neto, are you doing zero DT? Yes. I usually do zero same day expiration when I'm trading before 11 a.m. And after 11 a.m., I start moving to the next day or 2 days, 2 days out. When trading QQQ or SPY. When I'm trading tech names, I'm trading weekly expiration, right? So Monday to Thursday, I trade this Friday, and on Friday I try to go next Friday. All right. Uh-uh. You're very welcome, UK. Neto, moving from 1 minute to 2 minute chart, will it give more clear entries? What is your opinion? My opinion is I'm not sure if it gives you clear entries, but I know a few people, and I actually know another community that does kind of, like the same break and retest approach, but with the 2 minutes. I I don't feel as comfortable as with the 1 minute. But I think it depends on your style, right? I mean, again, this is it's like, I mean, I know other traders. What I have on my wife's side of the family, there's a guy who's also a trader. He's trading commodities and forex and other stuff, but he has been very successful over the years. He's actually a day trader, right? I mean, he works for trading. And when I was explaining him how I do it, he was like, dude, so you go under the 1 hour chart? Why? He was so surprised that we were trading on the 1 minute. And he was like, when I'm trying to have sniper entries, I use the 15-minute or the 30-minute chart. So that was like his spectacular zoom trades, right? And I was like, dude, I mean, I do the 1 minute. So use whatever works best for your edge, for your skills, for your how fast you execute your trades, how much of a confirmation you need for your setups. I mean, there's not such a thing like a better or worse way to do it. So just because at the end, I'm not gonna explain it right here, but I want to tell you one concept that I mean I learned this some time ago and it changed everything for me. But remember, the price is fractal. So even if we are having like a lot of like a lot of green candles here, and this is the 1 minute, I mean, if we go to the 1 hour chart, maybe it's just like a huge wick, right? So here you can have like like 20, 30, 40 green candles, but like after some time, if you go to a higher time frame, I mean, the candle can just look super different, right? So this is gonna be a topic for another time, because I really think this is really important, and also it's kind of a, I mean, it's not a complex concept, but it should be explained, like deeper. But remember this, guys. So write it down, take notes of this, make your own research, and let's talk about this. Actually, let's talk about this tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm not going to take any trade, so probably I'm going to have just a few examples, but let's talk about this tomorrow. Price is fractal, so look for it. Price is fractal. You're going to change a few things, how you think about the price. This is going to change a bit for you. So price is fractal, look for it, and we can discuss this tomorrow, right? Uh, link to tools not working. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna fix it, coach. I'm gonna fix it today. Okay, DC, I got the 1, 3, 5, 10 all time. Well, let me tell you something. I have the 1 minute chart, and on my other screen, I have the 15-minute chart, because now I mean, if my trade starts working, I can have like a broader vision of my targets. Uh, SPY already retested. Okay. First AMD trade now same direction as QQQ. All right. QQQ in top and start dropping at that time. Market structure was intact. Yeah. All right. So AMD, guys. So I really like this bull flag here. This was the break and retest. I know. This is not displacement. This is in media retest here. And actually, these candle wicks were looking so tasty or juicy. But look at the reaction right here. Look at the reaction right here. So for me, this was the very first entry for AMD, and I think this is what Jax took today, or Tony took today, right? So for me, this is a nice entry here, but this one here, 950, this was even better, right? Because now it's an actual retest after some displacement here, and let me take a look. Let me take a look to the indices right here. Well, the indices were dropping hard. Actually, this was low of the day on the indices. But look at this. It was low of the day on the indices, and this AMD price was just moving sideways. So that's telling you that's screaming to you relative strength, right? So this was a nice retest of the 5 minute opening range, and this continuation first to this 175, I'm sorry, 179.75. This is a key level on the daily chart, and then 180, 185, 180.50, 181, 180.50, 181.50, and then 182. So this is just following price action. I know this is completely against the indices direction and move, but just just try to identify how strong was the price action on AMD here despite having this drop on the indices, right? So again, so this is out of our playbook because we look for the names going on the same direction than the indices. But if you were just watching AMD because it had a lot of relative strength, this was a super nice trade here. Even if you took it like right here, 177.80, and you felt like you were chasing this, well, it actually had very nice continuation. And look at this. This is something that I like, right? Oh, right here. So this is not only the 1 minute, I'm sorry, the 5 minute opening range high. This is also a retest of the one candle rule, or the, I mean, if you have been around here for some time, you know this is an order block. But if you are just starting with the Scarface community, you know this as the one candle rule, right? The last videos of Tony and Jack, it has been this rebranding of the order block with the one candle rule. Okay, so one candle rule, 5 minute opening range high, continuation. This was a very nice trade. Um, can we also compare the semis to SMH? I do that. I do that, and I was actually, the SMH was not moving this nicely here as AMD and well, as AMD, because we will take a look to NVIDIA. NVIDIA tried but failed. So yes, I mean, if you want to compare semis with SMH, SMH is the ETF for semiconductors. So yeah, that could be a good correlation. All right. Let me go to the next one here. The next one is Amazon. All right. So Amazon, that I like Amazon. Why? Because it was moving the same way than the indices, and it was having nice reaction on key levels. So for example, this one here, let me adjust my screen right here. Right here. So look at this right here. This is the break, displacement, and retest of previous day close, right? So we said that this gray box, it's the difference between today's open and previous day close. So we were breaking, having some displacement, and then retesting this previous day close. And what were the indices doing? SPY was right at the bottom of the chart, right here, right? It was 945. It was right here. It was having some reaction on the previous day high, but look at this. It was actually breaking this consolidation area here, or this support area here. So it was actually having a reaction right here, but it was at the bottom of the day, right? It was at the bottom of the day. So this Amazon opportunity here, I know you will say, hey, Neto, but this is low of the day. This is low of the day, or very close to low of the day. I like to take puts more than calls, and if I'm watching this kind of price action here, because this looks weaker than the indices, right? I mean, do we agree on that? This looks way weaker than the indices. So I will not have any consideration to take this one to the next key levels, right? So what are the next key levels here? Uh, well, first I will aim for this 131, I'm sorry, 231.50, and then I will try to get this 231.16 or 17. This is a key level on the daily chart. And look at this. Very nice market structure. Lower highs, lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So if you were taking this trade, even when it was at low of the day, well, this was a very nice opportunity. And the second chance that I was watching here, is right this one, right? So right here, look at this. Indices right here, 957, 958, they were retesting low of the day, retesting the 5-minute opening range low, retesting the pre-market low right here. So this was a very, very, very nice opportunity to enter into puts here. Now we have a more clear information of what's going on this price, the stock price. So you can have your stop loss right here at the top of this retesting candle, and you can start aiming to the next key levels, right? You can try these daily key level or key level on the daily chart. It was a 122.3, but if you were aiming to 231, for example, round number, it was a 122.8 risk reward. Or if you were aiming to the next one, 230.50, look at this, it was a 1 to 4 point something risk reward ratio trade, and you got all of them. All right, you got all of them. So if you took the entry from here, look at this. It was a monster trade. Okay, let me go to the chat. Don, I'm with you, Neto. I am a big fan of shorting. I always seem to do well with it. Yeah, I'm not super patient with my trades. So usually when you are shorting, when you are taking puts, everything happens faster. So I think that's one of the main reasons I like it more. But yeah, I mean, remember, guys, this is part of your personality. If you have been listening carefully to Jack and Tony the past days, they say that they haven't have a put position for some months now. I think, I mean, they had the one that last week, but they are way more comfortable taking calls, right? Because they are watching the relative strength. I mean, they like to take trades into names that have relative strength, and I'm taking trades with the market direction, so I can take calls or puts, and I feel like kind of the same, but I feel more comfortable taking puts. But that's my personality, that's how my edge works, and it doesn't need to be a rule for you. So just find out what works best for you, right? All right, so that was Amazon, guys. Nvidia, I'm not supposed to curse on these live streams, but man, I was trying this. And let me tell you something. Maybe this was my fault, because if I was aiming to high of the day, or just, to the 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade, everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. But I didn't even trim my position at high of the day. Why? Because I'm a greedy pig today. Today was a greedy pig, because I felt like I was chasing AMD, so I decided to stop watching AMD. I started saying like, okay, well, maybe the next one that needs to catch up, it's Nvidia. So Nvidia has been vertical the past weeks and months. So let me start looking at Nvidia. So I didn't even trim my position right here. So this ended with a loss for me. This ended with a loss for me. Again, greedy pig, that's me. So I took a loss right here, and then it started forming this one again, and I didn't take it here. I actually took it like here, and lucky me, I got stopped like 4 5 minutes later. So I had two losses right here on the break and retest of the 5 minute opening range. The first one was because I was super greedy and I didn't want to cut my position until pre-market high. So, well, this was just bad luck, right? But this second one, this was even worse luck. So these were my two losses on Nvidia. Not, I see that a lot of people that couldn't catch AMD tried this one on Nvidia. The Nvidia, the daily on Nvidia look good. Yeah, it still do. Max, you did that exact trade. That 179 seems too much. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no. I'm accept. I already journaled this, so I just was greedy pig right here because that's what I usually do. I start trimming at high of the day, even if it's not a 1 to 2 risk reward rated trade. So this could be a break even trade or even a small win, but I let it go red here. So my mistake. I thought we'll follow AMD too. Yeah, that's exactly what I was watching. I mean, when AMD started going close to the moon, I said like, well, Nvidia need to catch up, right? Nvidia need to follow, but yeah, PC problem made me sell too late on the first one. Oh, I'm sorry, Sven. Yeah. So guys, I was listen to this. I think it was last week. I'm gonna tell something that Alejandro lived last week. Alex, are you there? I think you are here. I think I saw you here. Alejandro, he's my friend from my hometown. I'm actually in Monterrey, Alex. We need to meet up. So I was chatting with him last week and he was like, "Oh my gosh, something happened to my computer." So it took like a few minutes to reboot and then I can close my position. And I was telling him, "You know what? I know if I'm just being too cautious, but every time I open my broker in my computer, I have my broker on my phone. Why? Because exactly that. If my computer crashes or something, I still have my second chance to manage my positions right here. So I don't know, I don't need to open in a hurry my laptop, my iPad, my phone. I am ready for this. And this is something that you should have all the time, guys. I know it's kind of, overreacting, over preparing, but you can never be too prepared for your session, all right? So it's just recommendation, experience share. I'm actually sharing from experience. I I I don't remember what happened, but I already lived that. I mean, my computer crashed, so I tried to reboot. So it took a few minutes, like I don't know, like 3 4 5 minutes, and 5 minutes in options trading is like a century. So I lost money, and I remember that hurt a lot because it was a nice trade. It went into profit, then it started to pull back. So I let a green trade turn red because I wasn't ready. So guys, if you can have your second gun right there, if you can have your broker on your computer, on your trading desk, and also on your phone, it's gonna save you. I mean, it's not a matter of if it's gonna save you, it's a matter of when it's gonna save you, guys. All right. Max, you only use the mobile. Well, I mean, well, the phones doesn't break, right? I mean, unless you are trading on the subway or on public transportation, and someone just someone just grab your phone and start running. That will be an issue, right? Uh, get a Mac Mini. I do have a Mac Mini at home. That yeah, that those things are warriors. It works wonders. Namusiwa browser and phone were very useful that day. That yeah, exactly. You need to be prepared. There's not such a thing as too much prepared or over prepared. I mean, preparation is everything. That's the longest 3 minutes ever. I know. It will have saved my day. We'll do so from now. Thanks, Neto. Yeah, you're very welcome, Sven. I know this is the kind of lesson that it's painful, that it's, but it only gets with experience, Ben. Because I can tell you this 1 month ago, and you will say like, why I will have my phone ready? I mean, if I use my computer every day and it never fails, it never lags, it never freezes. Well, today was the day it was helpful. All right, guys. Let's move to the let's move to the next opportunities here. So finally, market started dropping hard right here. Look at this. I mean, once we broke the low of the day, something around here, 1044 for the indices. Yeah, I think, yeah, 1044 for the indices right here. So Nvidia was finally following the market, right? So look at this, 1044 right here. Something like it. 1044, it came back to the daily gap, it started looking for a lot of weakness. We broke pre-market low, we broke 5-minute opening range low. So this order block right here, or this zone right here, we had this break, displacement, and retest right here. And what was happening with the indices? They kept dropping. So this was a very nice and clean opportunity for Nvidia right here to the downside. This is exactly what my playbook follows, right? Names that are moving on the same direction than the indices. And look at this. Just look at this, because this is very important. All right. I always tell you, like, you need to find a name that needs to have a visually correlated move than the indices. So right here, we needed to break this key level here and have a pullback for the retest. And what happened exactly right here? Well, SPY was breaking this key level here. This is the daily gap for SPY. And this was the same time that we were breaking the pre-market low and the 5-minute opening range low. So we needed this pullback here. So now I was watching Nvidia, because Nvidia also needed this pullback to here. Can you see? Also QQQ. So we broke right here, low of the day, and we needed a pullback to low of the day. So right at this point, we needed the same thing for the indices and for Nvidia. Look at this. So when you see this reaction on the indices, you can follow this trade on the tech names. So you open your position here, you have your stop loss at the top of these candles here. And what happens here? First, you can aim for the gap fill. It was a 1-to-4 risk reward ratio trade. But if you were watching this 176.50, it was a 1 to 5.6 risk reward ratio trade. Hey, I couldn't catch this. Well, look at this. Break, displacement, and retest of what? Low of the day, previous day close, indices dropping. Well, this was a second great opportunity to short Nvidia here, all right? Because also we were inside of previous day range, right? Previous day range. So break displacement, retest of this previous low of the day and previous day close. So it was a very nice opportunity to the downside. Look at this, almost 1 to 5 risk reward just to this key level here. All right. So I'm gonna go take a look to the chat again. Down. It will be the day you size up and take a bigger risk. That's Murphy's law. I'm I'm never risking differently. That's part of my edge. I try to stay consistent on my size. What I do, I don't have different conviction on my setups. If it's an A plus setup, I take it. Same size, same mindset. All right. If it's not an A plus, I don't take it. It's not like I'm deciding how much I size for depending if it looks or not. If it looks great, I take it. If it doesn't look great, I don't take it. That's easy. And that's way easier to decide your size, right? I mean, you just size the same thing every time. That's how your edge work. That's how large numbers work. Yeah. Well, now I understand the Murphy's law. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. When you decided to go larger than ever, everything fails. That's karma. Okay. Okay. Murphy's law. All right. Hey, Lane. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Welcome to this community. Lane is an old friend from the trading community. He was doing great. He decided to start going on his own way because he likes trading the indices, and he has been doing great. We share a few ideas, and I invited him to start watching these streams, and I really hope that you enjoy them, Lane. It's very nice to have you here. All right, guys. So the next one is Tesla. What do you think Tesla was doing today? Well, it was following the indices, right? It was following the indices. Indices were dropping. Tesla was dropping. So we were trying to take advantage of this. So we broke the 5 minute opening range low, displacement, retest. Look at this clear retest, right? I mean, it's it's super nice retest of low of the day, 5 minute opening range low. Huge re- Huge rejection of this 5 minute opening range low, 321.90. So you take this trade to the short, to the downside. Your risk at the 5 minute opening range low or the top of these retesting candles, and you should be aiming to side numbers, round numbers. It's this is 319.50. It was a 1 to 2 point something risk reward rate to trade. And look at this. Actually, I mean, it always held the market structure, so you can actually go even lower, right? To this key level, 318.39. That's a key level on the 15-minute chart. So look at this. This could be almost 1 to 4 risk reward rate to trade. Okay. So that was the only thing that I was watching here on Tesla. For being honest, I was thinking that Tesla will have some continuation from the week, but it actually started following the indices. So that's that's the thing. All right. Microsoft, I was watching this again, break displacement retest of the 5 minute opening range low. Microsoft, it's just like Nvidia, it's very close to the all-time high, so I don't feel comfortable like following Microsoft. The past months I've been trading Microsoft to the upside, but now that we are on the at all-time highs, I I don't know. I have this thing with the all-time highs. So, uh, but look at this. I mean, going short on Microsoft. that will be something for me. That will be something for me, right? Okay, guys. So let's go to something even sexier. All right. So this one here. All right. This one here. I like this break, retest, the 5 minute opening range low. But you will say like, well, Neto, I mean, this is not enough displacement. I buy it. I buy it. Okay. No enough displacement, but look at the reaction right here. I mean, this is telling you something. So this is your first sign to identify Palantir is looking weak. So markets kept dropping at this time. Markets kept dropping at this time. It broke low of the day. It broke these key levels here. Displacement retest of this low of the day, and this is a very nice opportunity. Why? Because you are having a very controlled risk right here, and you are aiming to round numbers, right? 157. Look, just look how many trades we have taken to 157. I mean, if I go back into the days, I will see more of this. I need to clean this chart, this trade review chart. But look at this. How many trades to 157 we have taken on the previous day. So today 157 was a money machine, right? It was a money machine because you had three different opportunities to go to 157, and they were all, well, probably this one. I mean, this one is just a 1 to 2 risk reward rate to trade, but all the other two, they were very nice. They were very nice. And what was happening with the indices at this time? Look at this. What was happening with the indices at this time? With these retest of this previous low of the day, order block, key level, with this retest, SPY was actually breaking out to the downside, and QQQ was very close to it. So this was a very nice trade. This was a very nice trade. And Apple, well, you guys know. Which one, Tony? Canton. Which one you took? The Palantir one? I'm giving it a few seconds to Tony. Let's see if he can reply. I took that trade but stop out when price closed above the order block. Uh, which one? This second one? Well, never mind. Okay, so Apple guys, again, finally Apple following the indices. This is nice and refreshing, right? So as you can see here, Apple was actually with relative weakness than the indices. It was dropping harder than the indices. So this was a very good sign to shorting Apple. So we had this break, displacement, retest of previous day low. This yellow dotted line, it's previous day low, 213.06. This was a very nice play to the downside, right? This was actually a 1 to 3 risk reward rate to trade, or even better. Look at this. This is actually going nuts to the downside. Well, it's now consolidating, but look at this. I mean, just to this key level, 211.89, it might be. Tani, you are too late here. So this Apple trade was looking good. Relative weakness on the name, and with this retest of, for example, SPY right here was coming back to this previous day high retest, or 5 minute open range low, or the pre-market low. And QQQ, look at this. it was breaking out the pre-market low. So a lot of confluences for Apple to going short right here. I really like this one. Google still having some continuation moves from the earnings. As you can see, this thing has relative strength because even when the markets are going down, this thing is going up like crazy. So probably we will see 200 next week. I think we do. I think we will. I think we will. Apple sucks. I know. Yeah, I have right here. I'm I'm streaming from my MacBook Pro. I have my iPad here. I have my iPhone here. I have my Apple Watch here. I really love Apple products, but I just can't. I just can't keep trading Apple. I just hate it. I just hate it. Um, all right, guys. So now we are at the end of this live stream. Finally, we made 1 hour again. I really like today's session because we saw different approaches to the same strategy, the break and retest. So we can see that if you are following the relative strength, the relative weakness, you can find very good opportunities. If you want to follow my playbook or the way I play my trades, following the indices, that's another way to do it, and you can find well, not better, good entry opportunities most of the days. I'm not watching 25 or 40 different names. I'm consistently watching four on my screen, but at the morning in my pre-market prep, I'm watching 8 names tops. So I mean, you don't need to. I mean, you don't need to watch all over the board. You just need to watch consistently your names, learn from them, how they react to FOMC, how they react to different dates, how they react to data, how they react to earnings. So you need to know your names, your trading names, like the back of your hand, right? So now you understand if it moves 50 cents, how my contracts are gonna behave. If it moves, if it reverses, if it bounces. So you need to know your names, all right? So guys, just as Tony said, I'm going for more tacos because there's not such a thing as too much tacos in Mexico. And that's the one thing I miss the most when now that I'm living in Texas. So yeah, one ticker. That's the only thing you need, UK. And you don't need to be comparing your ticker to all of the indices. I mean, if you feel your ticker relates better to QQQ, just watch QQQ. If you think your ticker relates more to SPY, just watch SPY. I mean, you don't need to have too many things on your screen. You can actually trade with just 2 charts, and that's it. Um, yeah, I mean, Powell doesn't have to say anything. If he has a red tie or a purple tie, or if he's not wearing a tie, I mean, people just find reasons to drop the market or to rip the market. I mean, he just needs to be alive right there. Tocayo, thank you very much for joining. Thank you, Luke. DC, yeah, Taco Tuesday for me. Uh, it's funny. All right, guys, you know the drill. Guys, for the new ones here, this is new for you, but you must like the video and you must subscribe to the channel. And I will see you here Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And that's all for me today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.